Welcome to the Your Opinion Doesn't Matter podcast. I am one of the hosts, Mr. Lamont, and I'm here with my one of my original hosts, and we have a new member to the squad. Hopefully he stays, or
Hopefully.
Yes.
Big up. This is Big Sterl, aka Sterling. I'm glad to be part of the team. Thank you.
And we have none other, the great. She's a magician. She's in and out. But when she says, she's very impactful.
Like a robbery.
Yes. Shirley, how are you doing?
I'm well. How you guys doing?
Hey, man, everything is okay, kind of, sort of. I had a little situation yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was walking with my daughter and going to get something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm walking with my daughter. My daughter's on the inside. I'm walking and there's this, I see this lady. She's like outside of a vehicle, right? And when I'm walking, I try not to really stare women in their face, because I don't want I don't want no mixed signals. I want them to feel away, like, okay, this guy, he wants me.
Creep signals.
Yeah, the creep signals, right? So then I'm like this. I'm like, and I'm with my daughter. Especially I don't look women in the eyes when I'm with my daughter.
Okay.
So now I'm walking. I see her, right? She's like right over here. Now I'm getting closer, and now I'm looking down, right?
Right.
So we don't even need to go there.
Right.
Yo, as soon as I get close, she's right here now. She says, "Hello." I look up. I say hello.
A little aggressive.
Yeah, like she was saying it in a way like,
you see me?
You supposed to. No. Here's the kicker now. Now, as I'm passing it, she says hello, and I say hello. I'm passing it here. I go back to look down at my daughter. She says, "Pick up your head and say good morning."
Damn.
Your daughter said that?
No, the lady.
The lady said that?
So what did you say?
I looked at my daughter. Me and her was walking. I looked at her. I said, "Who's she talking to?"
You included her.
My daughter said, "She's talking to you, Dad." I said, "No, she's not." I said, "She's talking to you." She said, "No, she must be talking to herself."
Right.
I'm like, but why?
You were going into the same spot?
No, she was just on the side block. I parked on the side block, but I'm like, why? Why? Like, who she thinks she is?
It could be two things. It could be she wanted your attention, or it could just be. I feel like our generation was the last generation to acknowledge people just casually. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. When I step into I went to breakfast the other morning, and there was a crowd of older people when I walked through, and I was like, "Good morning," and they got like kind of shocked, and they said, "Good morning," and then the older lady was like, "No one says good morning anymore."
I feel you, but you don't say that in front of my daughter. You don't do that.
Okay.
You don't do that.
What do you think, Sal?
I kind of feel the same way. How things are now, like Mont said, men are scared to say hello and make eye contact with women. Like in the gym, when I'm in the gym working out, if there's a woman right in front of me, I make sure I don't look, because they're quick to call you a creep and say you have creepy intentions. So therefore, I just try to avoid the attention altogether. But in that sense, it's really bad now. I mean, society's going downhill where a man and a woman can cross each other and say hello to each other without being judged in a negative manner,
Yeah. Can't win for saying hello.
So how did it end?
I didn't say nothing to her.
Were you both going into civils?
No, I was around the corner from civil. I was around the corner from there.
So you weren't going in the same
Nope,
place?
she was standing by a car. And it was just weird to me.
And that was it? She didn't say anything?
I didn't say anything to her. When she says, "Pick your head up." Pick your head up and say good morning.
Pick your head up, no, let's backtrack. Pick your head up is like...
And she said, "It's morning." Say good morning. It was 12:30 in the afternoon. And this,
she lost track of time. She lost track
telling me, I could have really got her, man, for talking like that.
But your daughter was there.
I was just humble and righteous, man.
I think it was coming from a good place from her. She just wanted that common courtesy and respect from her.
It could be, but it's the way to say it. You don't say you already had an attitude to say hello. Oh, like you strong on me to say hello back,
right,
and then now you saying pick your head up and say good morning. What
With the aggressiveness, which brings me to ask, do you, I don't want you kill for this, think that Black women lack etiquette?
Hell yeah. Especially now.
I only said that because I want to put all my grandkids in etiquette school. There's some things I just didn't learn from my parents. And I think that, I just think that they didn't know, they didn't just how to eat, how to place a fork, how when you eat, you don't go down, to how to sit. I feel that
when you eat, no elbows on the table.
No elbows on the table.
Yeah.
I feel like some of us lack etiquette.
Well, let me ask you a question. This format of etiquette, who laid that down?
What do you mean?
Meaning that from our West Indian side, do we hear that type of talk?
It was passed down.
It was passed down, but I'm
big
talking
spoon for this, that, and the third.
I'm talking about like Jack
like
and
that?
Jill type of etiquette. You guys know what Jack and Jill is? That's that society. I don't know too much about it, but it's kind of like a debutante-ish.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you have to be. I think you have to be invited in, and these kids are.
Oh man, that's like the what's that? Illuminati? No,
It's not Illuminati. It's not Illuminati. It's just you have to be invited in. I don't know if you have to have a certain amount of money.
Like
then they have
Macy's.
like dances and.
Class thing.
I think I don't know too much about it, but I've been hearing about it. I think they have the Black chapter is in Park Slope.
Yeah.
I'm not
it's like
too sure.
Mason type of thing.
Yeah, but I'm sure etiquette has been passed down from.
I'm not Mason, but go ahead.
I'm sure etiquette has been passed down from the oppressors, the slave masters, and it's been passed down. And I feel like the slaves that work inside, seeing that type of etiquette, and then they passed it on to their kids, and then it trickled down to the islands.
to us. Oh, okay.
You understand?
I was just wondering who set that off.
I think etiquette is.
But it's big in my family. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is?
Big.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So who in your family who was the responsible party?
Yeah, how my situation go, my father came from a wealthy family, and my mother was the opposite, so he grew up with a lot of etiquette, and he was the one that tried to pass it down to his kids.
And I think it's environment too.
Yeah.
Environment. Because my cousin's from Long Island, and we speak different. Like, I don't want to say just their speech and the way they articulate, and it comes from where they grew up, where they went to school.
Of course.
It's all it all intertwined. So I really want to put all my both males. I have 4, so I believe the boy grandchildren would benefit just like the female grandchildren, the girl grandchildren.
Yeah, but what are they going to really learn? Like, how are you going to apply that to life?
How?
I mean, like, as far as setting up silverware and all that stuff.
It's not even silverware. It's the way you eat, the way you speak,
The way you carry
the
yourself.
way you carry yourself.
Oh, so it's everything.
It's everything.
Okay.
Not just
Pulling
a fork
doors,
folding doors,
and not eating like this as opposed to bringing it to your mouth.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
Yeah, our kids need it.
Of course we do.
Yeah.
It's terrible. We're going to get into a discussion about being step-parents and the difficulties that come with it. And, in a perfect world, a guy meets a girl, they get married, they have kids, and then they live happily ever after. But in the real world, that doesn't happen. And, relationships get broken up, and kids are products of these relationships, and they get left behind. So after that, the mother or the father of the child meets somebody else. And the person has to be real careful about how they try to discipline this child. And I think in a situation like that, before you even try to discipline this child, you have to get the okay from the custodial parent, Like if, let's say...
Agreed.
Yeah. Like if I meet you when you already have a daughter and me and you get serious, and I want to discipline your daughter, you have to come and say to me, listen, Sterling, I give you the okay. She needs that discipline. I don't think I could take it upon myself and start to verbally be verbally aggressive or physically aggressive with that child unless I get that okay from you. And if the father's in the life, I think it's a good idea to get the okay from him too. You understand? If he comes around sometime, picks the kid up, you just don't want to be screaming on somebody else's
Right.
child, because that's a sensitive issue and people get really mad and that could turn really physical. What are y'all views on that?
It's broad with me. Like at one point, does she bring you in? Wait, and I'm gonna let you speak. I believe that the dad and you should have a nice understanding, right? I think that she should. Even before that, I want a federal background check. I want to make sure, not for money. I just want to make sure you don't have no situations where childcare, pedophilia. It's broad. People just don't go there anymore, and you should. Right. And at the point that you might have to babysit said daughter and son, if dad is living, you and him need to have a conversation. He needs to be like, hey, listen. He might say, listen, I don't want you disciplining her. What if he says, I don't want you to discipline her? Here's my number. I need you to contact me.
I'm fine with that. How do you feel about that, man?
Sometimes it's like it's in the moment. I get what y'all saying, that like ahead of time you have that conversation, but there's times when it's like, yo, on the spot you got to react. And like I'm a stepfather, soon to be married, so I'll be the stepfather. But sometimes I struggle with
it's a struggle.
I struggle with disciplining the kid, and it's a boy too, and the father's not in his life. God rest that he passed away.
Oh, that's a different scenario.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the kid is 17, so it's like when you in a, and he's caught up, doing different things, or sometimes I'll be feeling powerless,
Okay.
I'll be feeling powerless, and it's good to have that conversation. Even when you have that conversation, like I have it with my fiance, it can wind up backfiring.
Right.
Saying, "Oh, now you want a relationship with him," or, you don't spend enough time with him, and all of this other stuff. But that's a mom being protective over her son, and it's a slippery slope. It's really, really slippery slope being a step parent.
I've had this conversation with Lamont for several times. I was a single mom. If I can do it all over again, I wouldn't date till my son left the house. Mm-hmm. Because when these children when their parents are split, they don't even have their father's full undivided attention. He's not in the home. Mm-hmm. Their mom gets a partner. Mm-hmm. Especially with males, females too, but I know from a male point of view. Now and then like at that age, you're like really, you have to give your man attention. Right. He feels like you're not giving him that much attention, and then it's like, I wouldn't, if I could do it all over again, attention wise, I feel like I should have put all my energy into my son. And I'm not going to say not have a little flex where he go away for the weekend and I do my thing, but I probably wouldn't, if I could do it over again, I wouldn't bring a male around my son until he was out of the house. I wish I would have made that commitment. I wish somebody would have talked to me and be like, hey, you need to, his father's in and out, and this boy needs your undivided attention as a mom.
What if the male friend you're dealing with, you feel like this is the one and you could possibly have a future with him? In order to ensure that future, I feel like he has to really be around you and the child to get a little idea of how the dynamic is,
I think I still would have, like with everything that transpired in my life, I think I would have stuck to that decision, no males till my son is out of the
Understandable. I've been through it and I have a success story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not. So you saying stepfather? Like if it's a I feel like it's a bonus dad.
No. Now she's my child. She's my daughter.
Oh, you adopted her.
No, well, we're a family now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're a family.
Oh, you're married. Okay.
You're married.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I first met my wife, we was feeling each other out. I met the child.
Okay.
The child was a little I mean, it's my daughter. I could talk about it. She was a little rude at the moment. She was 5 years old.
Okay.
You know,
Man, 5 and rude.
maybe she was a little angry. She was like, you know, who's this guy? Mom is bringing her around. And
they want the attention. Like, who are you?
Yeah.
You're not dad.
Yeah, and I felt the same way. I was a little apprehensive with her because I'm like, I'm not your dad, you know?
Right.
And I'm not gonna, the dad is he's still around. He lives in another country, but they communicate.
Okay.
But as we got closer, me and my wife got closer, the situation came up where she's like, you know, I work for the Board of Education. My wife had to work. I was off. Daughter was off. She's like, could you watch her? I'm like, man, I really don't want to. You know what I'm saying? But I had to do it, you know, to support the household, you know? So I did it. She was a little rude. She was standoffish. One time the doorbell rang and she ran to the door. And I'm like,
no.
Get your ass back in the room, you know? So while I open the door, she comes there. And I'm like, didn't I tell your ass to get in the room? And she looks me up and down in front of the guests. And they look at me like, you know, it's embarrassing. You have no control of your child.
Right.
You know, so right after I
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Yeah. She gave me that up and down. So then after she left, I called the mother and I said, listen, I can't do this anymore. You know, and she's like, what do you mean? I told her what happened. And when she got home, she said, listen, we need to talk. She was like, I'm giving you the okay. She's like, if she ever does anything like that, you will handle it. She didn't tell me to beat her or anything like that. She just told me, I give you the okay to discipline her. And I was like, oh, word? And she was like, yeah. And from that day on, me and that child became closer. I took her under my wing.
All right.
I disciplined her. I explained why I disciplined her because with children now, you got to kind of give an explanation.
Right.
I think it's easier to discipline them the younger they are. Like,
5,
it's easier than opposed to a teenage that's not going to want to hear what you're saying. You understand what I'm saying?
Because you met your bonus son, a teenager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's listen, if you like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Now once you don't, that person, that child feel like they have power. They could actually
manipulate.
Yeah, and they could it could be rough. Could be rough. More things is coming at you. There was man.
It's not easy.
It's
but that's why you need the support of the mother. You and the mother got to be on the same page.
Yep.
At first, she's going to feel betrayed. The child's going to feel betrayed, and she's going to feel like she's betraying the child. But it's for the better.
Right.
It's for the better of the child.
Right. How old is she now?
Oh, now she's 20, and.
Oh, wow.
We're best friends. When we walk, she holds my hand. She,
nice.
That's a lot of years. 15.
Yeah, I invested a lot of years in her. She's the best.
Okay. Right, that's what's up. Have you ever let anybody discipline your son? Did that ever happen to you? Like say on the spot?
No. But I dated somebody and he did not like the person, and I was like, oh, he's trying to sabotage me. He don't want me to, you know. But he didn't like this particular male for a legit reason,
right?
And caused a rift or whatever the case may be. But
he had the vibe.
Yeah, but I never had
yelling. What about yelling?
Like they didn't get along. It was like, oh my God, So yeah, but not.
What do you do in a situation like that when the stepchild just doesn't like the person that you're dating? I mean, could the child have some kind of intuition and see something that you don't see?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to him.
He did, and you gotta listen to your kid. You gotta listen to your kid. And it was at the time I was like late 20s. You damn near at that age, if you're not married, you're auditioning to be a wife, and I thought this was the one, but clearly he wasn't.
Yeah, sometimes they have that intuition, just like women have that intuition. When you bring a new female into the house, most of the time when you bring them home and your mom and your sister be I don't like her, so something wrong. And the other way around too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When your girl cousin brings a guy around, me as men, we be like, nah, something wrong with the dude. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. And later on, it always comes.
I just thought he was, and he was at that age, like 13, 14, where, you know how it is. Rebellion.
Yeah,
Sometimes you don't even like your own kids. Like, sheesh. But, so that's that. But, do you have a child outside?
Yes. So I have a son. And my son, he lives with his mom, but he comes over every other weekend. And when he comes over, I mean, everybody says their child's a good child, but he's a pretty good child.
Okay.
So when I do leave him alone with my wife, and there is an issue, probably been 1 or 2 issues, my wife is very careful, and she treads lightly, and she'll just, if it comes to it, she'll call me, you know.
All right.
My son, so-and-so, so-and-so. All I got to do is get on the phone with him, and I'll be like, yo, listen,
Chill out.
that's that.
Do you take, all right, he comes to your home, but do you have time with you and him? Because remember, now you got a family, and he's going to feel like an outsider. Do you take that necessary step?
Yes, I used to overdo it to the point where it affected my household. To the point where
I think it's a necessary thing. Go ahead, and I'll let you finish.
Yeah. So I used to overdo it because I used to overcompensate because he's not around me all the time. He only comes on holidays. So whenever he came over, I used to give all my attention to him. And I was oblivious to the fact that my wife and my daughter is looking like, you know, but it never caused any tension between them. But after a while, my wife and my daughter came. They said, yo, listen, when he's around, you know, you just give him all your attention. And I'm like, well, I feel like
he doesn't live there.
That's, you know, that's what I say. I said, listen, he's not around all the time, so I feel like I have to overcompensate now.
Right. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. The same guy, when I was dating him, he had a son, and he would so his son used to come from out of state, and I used to be like, I don't want to spend the night, because it's just a little too, he's like, no, you can stay. I was like, no, he's from out of state. I believe that you should, give him all your attention. So one morning I was leaving, he was like, you coming back? I was like, no, I'll see you Monday. And then the son was like, good. Right? Because he felt it. And I said, I told you, he needs your time. He's from out of state.
Yeah.
He's here. And he doesn't necessarily want to see me here. So when he said that good, and, he disciplined them. And I was like, I was trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Same thing like with my son. And I used to tell my son's father, like, you need to, yes, you have a woman, but your son don't necessarily want to go to your woman's house.
Yeah.
For the weekend, like, that's your time. You get to see her all week. I think you should just make time with your child. So I don't think it's overcompensation. At the end of the day, you live with the two of them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
I understand.
You live with the two of them, and you live with the two of them, and you're a male. He's a male. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that time apart is good, and that overcompensating. Like I said, you don't live. You're with them all the time, and he's just here for the holidays.
Yeah, and as we found a place in the middle.
A happy medium.
Yes, and so and as he got older, he needed less and less attention. So now, we're at he's a teenager now, so it's like he on the video games. You don't even pay me no mind no more.
You'd be lucky if they pick up the phone.
Yeah, so it's all good now. But it was a little issue coming up, and I had to look at myself, and it depends on how you look at it from their perspective. I understand where they're coming from.
Right. No, I understand.
Yeah.
But like I said, he doesn't live there, and they do. And then you have a thing where, like, that's not your... You kids think about a lot of things. That's not your biological kid, and I am. It's just... It's a lot.
I have a question for y'all. What was y'all... when on the dating scene when y'all was coming up, without kids, what was you preferring? If a situation came up with a gentleman for you had a kid, would you talk to him? If you had if the girl you wanted was going to talk to, if she had a kid, what would you do?
I would prefer not to, but I would be selfish because I had my kid since I was 16. So basically, everybody I met, I already had a kid. So I had to. Ideally, I wouldn't want to be bothered with a kid. Because it's just like, I have to divide my time. I have to realize that my time, his time has to be divided.
Right.
But if it's a kid and it's, if a kid is involved, then I'll just have to, I'll accept it. But I would prefer no kids.
Yeah.
And no ex-wives either.
Yeah, the first option always was no kids. No, I mean, I don't think anybody really wants to date anybody with kids, but, it depends on how much you like the person that you're dating, Sometimes you're willing to, tolerate it or whatsoever, but it's always the first option to have somebody that's kidless. And it gives you the hope that you'll be able to start a family with them.
Right,
you understand?
Right. So at what age did you start dealing with women that had kids?
Well, by the time, we was about 30, everybody. If you find a woman that didn't have kids, most likely 9 out of 10 times might have been something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And that was my thing. That was my I like up to my 30s or something like that. I wasn't dating women with kids.
Okay.
I didn't care. I was like, I remember this chick. I was in a club. So I'm talking to her, and she said, "Yeah, this is the first time I'm going out in a long, long time." I said, "Oh, really?" She said, "Yeah, because I just had a baby." I said, matter of fact, I was in my late 20s, something like that, early 30s, and she was like 26 or 25, and I said, "Oh, you just had a baby?" I said, "How old?" She said, "Around 6 months."
Whoa, that's fresh.
I said, "Why are you out?"
She's closed up.
She's not healed yet.
She's closed up.
So now I'm talking to her. She's saying she got a kid, and I'm like, she's 6 months. I said, "What happened to the baby father?" I'm in the club telling her that. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Yeah, nah, we just broke up and stuff like that." I told her that I think you should get back with her. Any woman that I met then, I used to tell them, I think the best thing is for you to get back with the father of your child.
All right.
Everything because I never wanted to be looked at as not even a stepdad.
A home wrecker.
Yeah, like for the child to look at me in any type of way, like, okay, you intruding. Always the child, and I stuck with it.
My rules isn't. I had when I got older and I was dating women with kids, I had maybe the 2 kid, 1 baby daddy rule.
Okay.
If you had 2 kids, 1 baby daddy was fine. But once you had multiple kids with more than 1 baby daddy, never really going to take take you seriously. You might stick around, have a little bit of fun.
That's party. That's a party.
Party. Yeah.
So I didn't have more than 1 kid because of that. I didn't want, and I have friends with more than 1 baby daddy, and I know that they kind of probably feel away when I say it. But in terms of a woman, what do you feel when a woman has more than 1 child's father?
This goes back to my parents. I'm actually worried. In the West Indian household that I am, if you come home with a woman and she has multiple kids, first of all, 2, that's pretty bad in my household. But if you have multiple kids with multiple baby fathers, they'll look at you and it's like you're an idiot. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you bringing a woman with multiple? You could do better. You're making our family look bad.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
right. I mean, as a mother to a son too, if he came home and had a female that had multiple baby daddies and he wanted to be the third, like it'd be like, whoa.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. It gets complicated, man.
Ooh.
Oh, multiple parents get complicated.
Yeah. What's that show? Partridge
Family.
Now he's talking about it. Now
the Brady Bunch.
For real, right?
Yeah.
Brady Bunch is a little different.
It's a little different.
But how do you guys feel like when the baby mother will shun the baby daddy that brings food for his kid? That's his kid. I mean, if he doesn't want to bring kids,
you talking about
food,
that clip?
There's a lot of those clips, but that's his kid. Now,
if there's 5 kids and he just brings food for 1,
we don't know what this guy's financial layout is, and there's nothing wrong with it. His kid is hungry, and that's his kid. He's bringing food for his kid. You can't shun him for not bringing food for your other 4 kids that. You have other people. I think that's just not fair. But you do have men that's gonna bring for all the kids. They don't even care. Like you know what I mean. But like I said, we don't know what this man's financial availability is, and he's taking care of his kid.
I feel that's his option, and if he feels like the woman can't get mad because of that,
no, they get mad.
I know
they
you're not supposed to
You're
get
not
mad.
supposed to.
Because it's not his responsibility.
How about you feed your kids? You know what I mean? It's not on other men to bring.
And what about their fathers feed them?
That's right.
But I would do it.
Yeah, a lot of men
you feed all 5.
I don't know about 5.
It's another 2 or 3 in there.
Another 2 or 3. Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Get something that'll feed everybody.
Hold on. You saying that like it's you don't see no problem. So now suppose the gentleman says, okay, I'm gonna come bring you food, right? He's dealing with you. He knows you have a son, but he just comes and brings food for you. It's dinner time. He brings food for you,
I
and
understand
then
what
what
you're
you're gonna do is you're gonna give it to your son.
I'll
You like-
share with my son.
Yeah.
But I'm looking if in my lens, I'm trying to.
How would you look at him? If you say we're hungry,
He's insensitive. But then again, like I would have to know what his financial abilities are. Maybe
What?
Maybe he buys a large one and it's just for me and my kid. I can't fault him, or whatever the case may be. I can't say. It depends on what I said. Me and my if it depends
Say
on
we
us.
hungry.
We are hungry.
Yeah.
And if he
comes with a medium.
we with a medium,
dish.
you know, it is. But that's not his responsibility to feed me either.
It's not his responsibility. Okay, when you're
Right.
dating,
Right,
dating,
right.
or when you're in a relationship, he don't have that responsibility.
That's not his responsibility. No, it's not.
I mean,
But if I say, "Hey, babes, we're hungry," and he brings one, then it's like, all right. I said we're hungry. It's it's a little
That
different.
feels like he's not invested into you and the
right,
child. If he does
right.
something
He's
like
like,
that.
man, screw this kid. Like,
you come with food for your son and your wife and your daughter. Like, how would that look?
Yeah.
it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So like
Yeah.
we probably won't have much more dates after that.
Right. They get their walking papers. At least
Yeah.
they show you ahead of time.
Why? Of course, it shows me your character.
Yeah.
So, I
It
mean,
shows me your character.
it's like the like how the some women their demands is outrageous. So then that's why in some
Especially now.
yeah, they want you to pay for.
And me and Ma had this discussion a lot. I'm not used to. The only time I'm gonna pay for a date is if it's his birthday or Father's Day. I don't see a need. I'm not used to paying for dinners.
I can't say I ever had. Yeah, I have had a woman pay for dinner, but
It was your birthday or Father's Day.
yeah, but routinely, I mean, I pay for dinner, but I don't think that should be in stone. You understand? If she wants it, pay for dinner. Sometime I won't say, well, just to be
No,
a
if
man,
she-
I'm like, no,
no, if she-
all right,
if-
okay,
if
if you
she-
insist.
If she
you know?
wants to, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm not accustomed to going to dinner with a male and paying.
What about going Dutch?
No,
She's not going for
I'm not
nothing.
going Dutch.
She ain't going for that.
What if it's the first date?
Oh, definitely. I'm not.
He should be trying to impress you, right? It should be
Yeah,
his
like-
birthday. All right.
It's not even a price. Like I'm not used to paying for dates. I'm not.
I understand.
Yeah,
That's just
but-
not how I. And then I don't meet those type of men.
Well, then,
I don't. I generally don't
You
meet.
probably
them.
meet them, you're just not attracted to them.
Yeah.
I've never had a situation where it's like, are you gonna handle this? I've never had that.
Okay.
Oh, well, hey.
So you go on a date. First of all, you meet a woman. You introduce yourself to her. She doesn't come to you. I mean, if I was the one to say, hey,
If you was to pursue it, if you was
if I
the
was to
hunter,
pursue it, maybe I would. But I don't pursue because of that. Like,
Right.
then I'm gonna have to ask you to go on a date, and then I asked. So then I guess I probably feel obligated, but I don't want to feel that obligation at all.
So then, what is like? Okay, this is like mandatory for the men. They're supposed to do these things, right? But what is mandatory for the women to do?
I didn't. It's a date. You're getting to
I mean,
know
it's
each
not. I mean,
other.
not a date, but I'm just
I
saying.
didn't say it was mandatory. I said
It's in the rule book. Things to do, dating or what is it? What is the rule for a woman? I sent both of y'all a video, right? I sent both of y'all a video on
I
Instagram.
didn't
I'm not
watch
too
it.
sure
Sorry.
Yeah.
about this young lady. She has a podcast. She was talking to. I don't know if this lady, she's a specialist. I didn't believe what she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
The question was, is it mandatory for a woman to have sex with a man while they're dating? Is it mandatory?
Not if she has like a. Not if she No, it's not mandatory. It's not.
Okay.
If we're dating,
Yeah.
I'm going to expect sex. Eventually, it depends on how long
Eventually.
we're dating. You understand? I might not expect it on the first or the second date, but if we're
Mont
pursuing something,
wants it on the first date.
No. Dating, meeting, like
yeah.
the way.
What
they
if she's
talk
on a
about-
sexual sabbatical and you really like this chick?
I don't think she should be dating then if she's on a sexual.
Oh no, you could
Yes.
date.
Yes.
Y'all need to have a conversation
Yeah.
before you
Right,
date.
right. You really like him, like, you know what? She said she's not having sex.
I don't believe it. That lady, I don't believe the lady what she was saying. She said it's not mandatory.
Sounds good.
Because she
It's
said
not
it's
mandatory.
She said it's not mandatory, but she didn't say this is what she practices though. She's saying it's not mandatory. Okay.
Because she's having a conversation. We
Yeah.
don't have to put our business out there when we're having conversations.
So then how true could it be? It's not mandatory if you're doing it. It's like you're a doctor prescribing drugs you won't take.
So back to this dating thing. So you go on a date.
Uh-huh.
You ask her to go on a date. You pay. Do you expect something after?
Depends on how much I spend.
Sterling!
Depends on how much I spend. If you're going to
OMG!
order the lobster and the shrimp special, I'm going to expect
So you're equating sex with the food?
Of course. I think most men think like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that steak called again?
Tomahawk
Tomahawk.
steak. Yeah.
So you're going straight home after. So how do you?
I might not want it that night.
How do you? But eventually, because it's
within
you got
that
a
week.
tab to.
Yeah, within that week.
Within that week.
Yeah.
Lord help us.
So yeah. So I mean.
And then you don't like you see it's not happening. You really like her. You're like, nah, it's a waste of my time.
Yeah, I'll step off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you step off something.
ASAP. I mean, listen. What would move you to be like, all right, I'm really into this guy? Say he's, you take you to get some tomahawks, and then he's taking you to LV, and then go to Gucci for some slides.
It's
Then
more
what?
conversation, intellect.
No, it's okay. Say that's 8 hours right there. Then what? And then he says, come back to the crib.
I can't get that back once I give it, so I have to be very careful who I give it to.
No. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that's that.
So you accepting these stuff. You accepting the tomahawk, the Louis, the Gucci, and he says, come to the crib. So, because you know these things come with something.
It's basically a non-verbal agreement once you accept these things. You
Yes.
know that.
Nah, it's not.
Realistically, that's how it is in a man's mind.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I mean,
But this ain't me, and then I'll give him his stuff back. If he said like, listen, I didn't do this just for you to just tell me thank you, I'll kindly give you your stuff back.
You've already given
Some
your
of
stuff
it.
back, so then you
Not all of it, because you did. I like it's quantitative here. Like you did. I did invest time too. I have to get dressed. I have to get my hair done, and all that stuff. So
he's gonna say, listen, give me that tomahawk steak too. Have you go go throw that up. You know what I mean? But it's
So if he like, listen, like I'm not doing this just for thank yous and likes and whatever the case may be, like, all right, and I feel like I don't want to have sex with this guy, then that's it. I'll have to end it, and he'll want to end it too because he just expressed to me like, listen, I want some.
Some guys won't end it; they'll keep pursuing it because they feel like you
I'm
owe me.
Because now you're a chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but now I know I'm a chase, and I know once you get it, you're gone. So you're definitely not getting it.
It's a greasy game out here.
It is a great. You guys like a good chase, but I don't want to play the chasing game. I know I have a chasing game in me. Like this is not what I want to do. I already know. I probably don't know from the first date if you're gonna get it or not, and I'll still accept the stuff.
Yeah. I'm
be honest with you.
Yeah. I'm actually more attracted to women that'll give me a little holdout. I take it more seriously as opposed to somebody that'll right on the first date. I won't take it seriously.
You won't respect her.
Yes, I won't respect her.
Not me. Not me.
You respect her after the first, like it's the first night.
It just tells me who you are when you give it up right away.
What
Is that
what
a good
does
thing?
that
Is that a
tell?
positive thing or a negative thing?
No,
It's a
let's
positive.
Just, let's,
Really?
Let's
I don't see it like
unpack
that.
Let's
Yeah.
unpack that. What is it? What is it telling you?
It's telling me that she knows what she wants. She knows what she wants, and this is what it is. Either today, tomorrow, next week. This is what it is. Let's get this out the way, and then we're going to see who we really are. All right, is Mark going to stay?
Okay, I mean, I have to
Is
respect.
Mark going to stay? And if
I have to respect
listen.
your.
That's what worked for me.
Right. And then
I mean, those are the
and
longest
at your
relationships
age,
I was in.
Not that you're looking because you are engaged. I guess at your age, you don't have time to waste because we really don't have time to waste.
I tell you the truth, honestly, that's the relationships that I've had, long-term relationships, is usually when I sleep with them on the first night. Now, if any woman gives me past like a week or so, listen,
I ain't got time.
no. I mean, well, certain circumstances, things happen, but no, we just gonna chill. We're not,
let me chirp in on that. I feel the opposite. I feel if you give it to me on the first time, you have no self-control. And when I'm not around you're around somebody that you're attracted to, you'll give it up the same way. By you holding out, that shows that you could control your emotions, you could be trustworthy, you know. It's all positive to me. If you make me wait a week, 2 weeks, that's even better. But for me, giving you right away, that just gives me whole.
It's kind of. It's how she gives
Whole
you.
vibes.
It gives me whole vibes.
It's kind of whole vibes, but it's according to how you got
I mean,
it.
what works for you?
It's according to what you said to get it. To me,
In the car?
Anyway,
Still looking at her like...
if you, say you meet her in a club or something, like it's according to what you say and how you got it.
Even if it's like in a car and...
it don't matter. It don't matter.
It's still the same to you.
Oh, you mean sex in the car? What do you mean?
Right.
No.
She can't even wait to get home.
No.
And are you
like
and then she's bringing you home like the first day? Like, I don't even know
not
you.
like
Like
that.
sometimes
I never
you
go
on
to
the
women's
first date
house.
with some
No.
males, you don't even know their last name. So how am I giving it to you? I don't even know your last name.
No, listen. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect. You could be with somebody forever and then you break up. Things happen. Let's get this stuff out the way.
You ever had a one night stand?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
How do you look at this female after? It's a one night stand. Drunk or not drunk? It's just
I don't take it seriously. It was fun. We had a little fun, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but as far as one night stands, it could be good and it could be bad.
okay.
It happens. How much one night stands you had?
None. And it's not on my bucket list.
You never had that one
No.
2-day stand?
No. No. It ain't no one night stand over here. And it's not on my bucket list either.
It's not a bucket list. Things happen. Oh, you was never really a hard body drinker like that anyway.
I mean,
Alcohol plays a major part in it. Drugs
I
plays
get a
major
little
part,
loose. I'll probably be a little flirtatious.
You're a one drink specialist.
I
Now,
mean,
you catch them girls with them 4 drinks, it's over.
Especially if
Showtime.
they drink it at Henny.
Yeah.
and sloppy drunk females don't. I look at them in the club like, I don't get like sloppy drunk stuff like that.
What about like if you say you ready for that time and say like you ready and then that person wants to have sex without a condom on?
Oh no.
Or would you look at them? How would you look at them?
No self control. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that, that's a whole nother. When you start taking condoms off, you're really invested in each other at that point. As a female,
I'm gonna go out there. I don't think any guy ever turned on sex because he didn't have a condom. Or most guys don't.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Once you're in the heat of the passion of the moment,
with all that's going on now,
that you're not thinking straight at the moment anyway. You're
You guys
horny,
don't-
you're drunk. You just wanna,
okay.
that goes out the window. You take chances. Men take a lot of chances.
Yeah, I'll take a lot of chances.
Everybody took them. All men took numerous chances.
Yeah,
in
they
their
say
life,
throw
you know?
your
throughout
private
your
on
youth.
the crap
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
So it's like it's but then I think it's more.
But what if
It's more of a crime for a woman to want to
course.
accept that. It's
Yeah,
a crime.
yeah.
What if a female says, "Hey, I'm going to go get tested, and I want to see your ear paper. I want to see your results. I want you to bring me mine." Would you do that?
What do you mean? After she's pregnant?
No, like just
before?
before she give it to you.
That's too much before.
Hell no.
We have to be vested in order.
I mean, what if she wants to do that?
Please.
You don't think that's
It's
a responsible thing?
It's
a little
responsible,
invasive?
but it's a little extreme.
It's
Oh,
extreme.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
extreme.
Like,
you-
it's like, who do you think you are? You know?
yeah,
She wants to know, like she wants to show you, hey, I'm clean. I want to make sure you're clean too. I'm just saying, well, I'm just throwing it out there.
I guess
You
it
don't think it's
depends.
a
I guess it
responsible
depends
thing?
on who it is. The
Okay.
woman,
She probably finished living her life in a brothel. Now she's trying to be all, Mrs. Clean.
Oh, Lord.
She over there by Pennsylvania Avenue.
So the Knicks is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You a Knicks fan? I know you are.
I'm a bootleg Knicks fan. When they winning, I'm with them.
Actually, I'm only into basketball around this time. So right now, what are we doing? Is it the last of? So who was Knicks playing last night?
The Philadelphia 76ers, it was game 1 of a 7-game series. The Knicks won in New York last night.
So
Nice.
East and West, they're down to the wire now.
No.
Oh,
no,
not
but
yet.
they're in the first component of the
Okay,
playoffs.
so who else is playing on the East side? I don't care about the East side.
it's like-
The Celtics played the Miami Heat today. The Celtics won.
So those two teams are competing, and then the other two teams, or there's more than
There's actually 8 on each side.
right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
8 in
Okay,
the
so
east, 8
it's down
teams
to
in
the
the
wire.
east, yeah, and 8 in the west.
Okay.
And 8 turns into 4, and 4 turns
4.
into 2, and 2 eventually turns into.
Oh my God,
1.
that's gonna be crazy if we win. It's been, since what 1973.
But Mont should know better than me. I'm not really a Knicks
73.
fan like that. I'm
yeah,
a convert now.
It's a while ago. It's a while. It's in the 70s. It's definitely not in the 80s.
Did you buy any Nick wear?
I'm not a Knicks fan to that extent. I'm just now getting. I'm a little bit of a convert. I used to be a Knick hater. Me and Mont discussed this because I was a Michael Jordan, a Bulls fan, and those guys were arch enemies. So I held that hate for many years. But as I got older, I let it go, and now I'm looking at the Knicks. They got a pretty good team, and
Jalen.
yeah. They have the ability to go far in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be able to win it.
Oh,
The whole thing right now, but they have a bright future ahead of them.
Okay. All right.
They're gonna need more than Jalen to really, really bring it home.
I saw last week you had a Knicks jacket on.
Oh yeah, I got calls saying, "Man, why are you doing that?" They say, I never heard you talk about Knicks all these years, man. Why are you doing that now? I say, yo, listen, I cheered in silence, brothers.
Right,
I don't have to be out loud like y'all. Y'all the ones who be jinxing them.
Right.
Go Knicks out, win the Knicks. No, I'm quiet.
And you experience a lot of pain throughout the years. So there's a lot of trauma that goes along with being a Knicks fan.
Yes.
You know?
A lot of ups and downs. A lot of more downs. No Diddy.
So which Knick greats did we have? We had John Starks.
He was not no great.
Yeah, I wouldn't say great. He was pretty good. The great would be more like Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing.
What's
his name? What's the homeboy who came out the tunnel hurt? The year they won.
Carmelo?
Walt Frazier.
Walt Frazier's one, but the
Bernard King.
Bernard King. That's
Okay.
Who else we had?
People.
And Walt Frazier, of course.
Was Carmelo playing for us a little bit?
Yeah, a few years ago. That has to be like more than 10 years ago.
Carmelo was over
He
there.
brought some excitement to New York, and they made it to the playoffs, but they didn't. They run out. If I could recall the run, they didn't really go too far in the playoffs.
Right.
Okay.
But we had some brutes though. We had Oakley. We had Mason.
Oakley.
Yeah, it was tough.
R.I.P. Right. Mason.
Yeah, but you see, but now our brute is like that OG guy. But he's not really a brute, that African dude.
I know that came from Toronto. I know.
He's a brute. He's a brute. But we need, for the players, we need more brutes.
Okay.
Brunson is a brute also.
Yeah.
But we gonna need some more to really get it done.
Okay.
For Shizzle.
All right.
For
Shizzle on this.
And on the west side we have
my only concern on the west side, me and my guy, is that LeBron and the Lakers get eliminated. That's the only thing I'm worried about on the west side. But right now, the favorite on the west side is LeBron is playing Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
With the Joker. And
are the Warriors still in?
They got eliminated in the play-in game over the weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
Steph didn't make it this year.
Mm-hmm.
I bought I did buy a pair Bo Jacksons.
Nice.
The original with the orange and the blue.
Uh-huh.
So that's my contribution to this whole Knicks.
Yeah.
Knicks thing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But Bo Jackson, didn't he play
He was a phenomenon. He was a phenomenon.
Yeah. But it had the colors though.
Yeah.
So I caught him. I said, all right, I'll wear that.
Yeah, the Knicks
at work till they win.
Yeah, I actually went to a game. I got my fiance bought me some tickets for Christmas present.
Okay.
I saw the I forgot who they played, but they won.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling my homeboys who love the Knicks, I'm saying, see, when I go to the game, we win. That's a couple of months ago. That's when they really start heating up, stuff like that. But let's go next.
Speaking of basketball, I have a new love for the sport, and it's the female college basketball has been catching my eye within the last few years. The Reese and
Caitlin.
I didn't really, Caitlin Clark,
Flo J.
But
what's the name of the one that shut Caitlin down the other day? The one that took it personal. Her.
I forgot her name.
Yeah. So I saw the whole story with Caitlin waving her off, and she was like, "It's personal."
Yes.
Yeah.
And then with that the revenge tour is over. Like, it was a year. It took her a year. She said that, it made her feel bad, made her question God.
Yeah.
She didn't want to go on. She really, really hurt her.
nationally, heard her nationally,
Heard
embarrassed
her.
her.
And
Embarrassed
yeah,
her.
Caitlyn embarrassed her. Then
Yeah.
she embarrassed Caitlyn,
Like
but
just robbing her, taking her cookies.
oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
But I don't like how this Caitlyn Clark thing is playing out. Like we're giving Caitlyn all the glory and
That's true.
South Carolina,
Yeah.
Carolina, right? University of South Carolina,
Yes.
USC won,
Yeah.
right? And this whole and I hate when race. It's always race. I'm gonna say hate race. It's always race, right? So apparently, Caitlyn's team got invited to SNL.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, LSU.
Yep.
LSU with Reese, yes.
SU beat Iowa.
Iowa, yeah.
And Jill Biden was like, "Oh, we want both of them to come to the White House.
Right.
Why? It's always the winners."
Right.
And then some reporter called
Reese.
recent dirty debutantes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and then you would act like, well, we always have a chip on our shoulders because this, and we go through this at work. We go through this like all the time. Like, there's no reason why we're praising Caitlyn and not giving these girls their roses, and it really, really upsets me.
And you know what else? You know what else is going on? She's getting I believe a Nike deal. A Nike deal, a big, huge deal, right? Let me tell you the thing about it is, all right, she's the number one pick. I think she's getting like a good $7-8 million Nike deal. But then they got people who's in the WNBA. There's this black girl. She's won I think 2 Olympics, like 2 championships.
Nothing.
4 MVPs.
And no endorsements.
No Nike endorsements. And she's like, yo, how come she could come in and get it? She could come in and get this type of big deal. And look, I've been here.
Because they feel sorry for her. They really feel sorry for her because,
They
like,
feel sorry for who? Caitlyn?
They feel sorry for her because, like, you don't even, and you're number one and you never won a championship.
Nah, that's not being. I don't think they're doing it because they feel sorry for her.
They feel sorry for her, and plus she's white. Yeah,
Right.
And then look, Prada set her up. Apparently, that outfit was $42,500. Like, you couldn't give. I don't think anybody else. None of them. Got. Like a big brand is like, hey, let me dress you or whatever the case may be. It's just this whole situation got whitewashed.
I mean, y'all gonna kill me for this, but I kind of understand why Nike's offering that money because she brought a lot more viewership. She brought a lot of money into college basketball.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's
understand?
business is business.
Yeah, from the business aspect.
Yeah, but I don't like the fact with, like I said, with Jill Biden. Oh, let's just invite the losers as well. Why? Because they lost.
Yeah. I
You know what I
understand what you're saying.
mean? And then
That's
SNL, like
definitely-
how you don't invite the winners?
Yeah,
you
that's-
invite the losers. Like
Yeah. That's racism right in your face, definitely.
It's like
Not
I think
fair.
it's more. I think it's more about integrity. If like you okay, it's about business,
Mm-hmm.
but what about why the game is not growing to begin with? Because you're not celebrating the one who's actually doing it. She's actually there, and you're not.
who's actually
The girl that's MVP, the lady that's MVP on
The older, the ex-player. Yeah.
So
Dawn Staley? What are you talking about now?
I forgot her name. The one who's in the WNBA. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. She's
Okay.
she had all those accolades.
And not a sneaker deal.
And not a major deal like that.
Okay.
So it's like I get it. It's about what you're bringing, viewership.
Viewership.
But it's all right. When she gets to the league, it's going to be different.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be rookies all over. They're gonna. She's going to.
You're going to learn today.
Right.
I mean, now she's
They
nice.
waiting for her. Them girls are waiting for her.
She's nice.
And it is, but she's causing a lot more little white girls want to play basketball
Yeah,
now.
she's
She's a
nice.
great white hope.
Yeah. All right. So yes, this is episode 81. Your opinion doesn't matter podcast, man. And usually we do some closing words. My closing words is I said it before. I'll say it again. You saying if you knew better, you do better, right? And take advantage of time. There's certain things you can't get back. Make every second count, every minute count, every hour, day, week, and month count. Because when you look back, you can only remember the year. You can't remember the day. You can't remember the time. Because I'm looking back at my daughter's pictures when she was 2. And I was so happy. Now she's 5. You know what I'm saying? And I can't remember what month those pictures was taken in. You know, besides eggs, could be summertime. But, you know, you got to cherish the moment. You know what I'm saying? That goes into if you knew better, you do better. So now we know that time is like, you know, we limited, not really limited, I don't want to say that, but, you know, we gotta make every second count.
True.
And as we about to leave, I got some words also. I believe that health is wealth. And as a black man, middle-aged black man, all the black men out there should invest into going to the doctor, eating healthy, exercising. And we got to get our yearly checkups, just to go there, just to check up, make sure everything is okay. Because a lot of these diseases now, they could be detected early just by taking blood. So don't be afraid of the doctor.
What I have to say, getting back to what the whole bonus parent, my ending thoughts is on this bonus parent. I believe that when you're an absentee parent, which is a parent outside the home, and you go spend time with your child, you should commit to time with the 2 of you alone or the 3 of you alone, because that time is needed. Whether it's just go to the library, get some ice cream, just make a commitment to do something with that child where there's no outside influences or outside people. Just make it a nice bonding time, because it goes a long way.
Right. So yes, this is the Your Opinion Doesn't Matter podcast, episode 81.
81.
It's been a pleasure, y'all.
Yes.
It was a pleasure too.
All right, now,
Likewise.
okay. Peace, y'all. Peace.